already did.
This is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Oh, hey, everybody. It's Irish Ben. How was that?
Not Irish at all.
And I love Hallmark spring movies.
Hey, it's Panda. Oh, I like me spicy Irish movies.
Are you Long John Silver?
Oi.
Come on down to Killaby, lad. I despise me some films, even the Irish ones.
And this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast. Yes, it
I
is.
feel like I needed to do this motion twice when I was doing that accent.
I liked it.
Something about this motion. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense.
Da 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 da.
Hey.
Boys, how are we?
Man.
This is the
Feeling
moment we've been
lucky today.
waiting for. As
lucky.
As luck would have it, laddies.
Is that Scottish?
I think Laddie's is Scottish.
I
yes.
think it's none of the above.
Yeah. No. The good thing about doing an Irish accent is there's no way to be offensive. Like no one's offended by that.
They love it.
That accent is there for you to try.
That's right.
It's
That's
a freebie. It's a
Right.
freebie, is what it is.
That's right.
Nobody's getting mad at that accent.
Oh, are Brit getting toy? Are Brits
Yeah, like
getting Brits upset?
Well, if they weren't, they are now.
That's right. If they think,
What about the Aussies?
that is British. Now you're
that,
doing
was,
British.
that was Ozzy Osbourne.
Shrimp on the bobby.
Barbie.
Yeah.
Barbie dolls. Guys, as luck would have it, we got a brand new movie today.
Oh.
It's called.
You sneaky.
But boys, I gotta ask, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was fresh.
It was great, man.
If it was on Rotten Tomatoes,
Oh, certified.
Certified, so over 75%.
Yep.
Wow.
Right at the 76.
I ate a whole box of Lucky Charms.
Did you really?
Whole box.
wow.
Marshmallows and all, huh?
One sitting. Didn't even get a spoon out. Just-
How would you describe them?
oh, they're perfect. Magically delicious. Yeah. As luck would have
What
it.
did Alonzo write about your weekend on Rotten Tomatoes?
He was rotten on it. If
Yeah,
I'm not
he
mistaken.
was one of the ones. He actually gave it really. He said 2 thumbs down. Don't like. Won't do it again.
You know, there were 2 new movies released this weekend, and both of them were critically just despised. Thunder Force and Voyagers. Alonzo liked them both.
Huh.
They're both under 25% on Rotten Tomatoes. Alonzo gave them both the old fresh.
Which is offensive to me because he gave he said one of the worst weekends I've ever seen.
Yeah, but you can trust him.
I saw the trailer for Thunder Force.
It
and that's
looks
as far as I got on it.
It looks bad.
I mean, it looks embarrassing
They were gonna let that go into theaters.
in the theaters. Real boy
They were gonna let that out
Somebody
of the box.
greenlit that and
Yeah.
was like, "That's worth me throwing my money behind."
Eesh.
I don't know how movies are made. Is that how movies
Yeah.
are made?
I think so.
They
I've
get a
got
green
money.
light, and then they say, I'm throwing my money behind this one. This is my horse.
Where
I'm
did I
backing
put
it.
my green light? Found it.
Go, go, go.
Go.
I do think Melissa McCarthy's husband directs a lot of those movies, and they're all terrible, but I think they have a deal for a certain number of movies. Is how that was made.
Wow.
Which is no excuse at
How
all.
was her serious movie she did about being like
I
an
didn't
author
see it.
or whatever?
It looked boring.
Yeah,
it
it
looked
did.
real boring. And I think it was only here like a week. It didn't look.
It was
not
only
look
in
good.
Greenville for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's shocking to me. Greenville is it's where all the small movies go to make it.
Has she made more money from a
we go.
percentage standpoint? Has she made more money from Bridesmaids, or have we made more money from One Good Morning America appearance? Percentage wise, based upon what we had versus what we have now.
So, well, probably Bridesmaid.
I think she's made more money off of Bridesmaids, but I think it's close from a percentage standpoint.
I don't know. She made a fortune off of Gilmore Girls.
No, but Bridesmaids is what really made her a comedic force in film. That was the thing where people were like, let's hire Melissa McCarthy to be like a smarter Chris Farley.
Yeah.
Like that's what did it.
Oh gosh, that hurt to hear.
It's what it is. I'm sorry. All you out there that think she's like doing some higher art, she's not.
Is she
I've
known
got a Tammy and an identity thief to show you.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Oh, you said those, and that hurt, like
And you
instantly.
went to,
I
both
saw
of them.
Identity
Yeah,
Thief.
yeah.
I saw both.
Yeah.
Didn't we see Tammy together?
Yeah,
like it was
Tammy's
right before
awful.
4th of July.
Tammy's awful.
We saw it was a,
Yeah.
it was like a July 3rd.
Cherrydale. Yeah.
we sure
I
did.
laughed at an Identity Thief like once.
The one milkshake when she's singing the milkshake song in the car. That's
That is
it.
funny.
It's an easy to listen.
Yeah.
What can you do? Okay, so we got that out of the way, and all right. As luck would, I think we're good.
No more Melissa McCarthy talk. Okay, got it. Good.
As luck would have it, we're doing it.
Let's do it.
All right. As luck would have it, originally aired on April 10th,
That's right.
2021,
2021.
and it went a little something like this. Lindsay works for a resort company, and she's being sent to Ireland to see if she can convince a town council that it is in their best interest to tear down a castle.
Mr. Kalarby, tear down that castle.
Just wow. Like some movies have no stakes. Just
joke, Dan. I hope. I just want to stop you right there. That's good, Dan. That was real
I'm here
good.
to help.
some movies that we watch have no stakes. They're throwing a party in a high
right.
school
No, not this
gym.
one.
This one, tear down a castle.
right.
So she goes over there and she gets to the castle. She starts poking around and she's like, this is a nice castle. She sees this guy dancing while sweeping because he's Irish and they're just happier than we are. His name is Brennan and he is cleaning up the castle for a big party that happens at the end of the matchmaking festival that this town is known for.
Standard.
Are you tracking? She goes to make her pitch to the town council about how they should tear down their castle. And they all say, no, we're not going to tear down our castle. So it's at that point that you think she'd pack up and go home. But no, instead she decides, I'm going to dive into the culture of this town so I can better understand them, what the castle means to them, and also use that information to convince them that it's best to tear down their castle. So she dives into every aspect of the matchmaking festival, which really just includes a whole lot of baking and cooking. She ends up having a very serious Irish dance-off with Brennan, and they start to really just look at each other in that moment. Turns out Brennan and the town are struggling financially, and they actually do need to sell the castle. Luckily, there's someone here who wants to buy their castle and tear it down. So she starts hanging out with Brennan a lot more, and they're seeing all the sights, and she ends up helping him bartend, and they are really growing close to one another. But he really does not want the castle to be torn down. But after giving it some thought, and the head of the council's showing him the numbers, he says, maybe we should tear down the castle. But are they too late? Lindsay's boss calls up and he says, have you heard about Dublin? They got lots of space and no castles to tear down. Maybe we should go there instead. And so the boss goes to check out Dublin and he's like, you know what? I think this might be a better fit. But then he shows up to the castle and she's like, hey, look at this castle. What if we, instead of tearing it down, we spent a lot of money fixing it up and building it out to make it more modern? And he says, that, my dear, is a bad idea. So he leaves, and they are not going to do anything to the castle. So the end, except it's not. She does get transferred to be more in the restoration part of the business 3 months later, and she's going to be working in the UK for a while.
What about the whiskey? Somebody said something about a whiskey that you just left out completely of your synopsis, Brand.
So Brennan makes whiskey, and for most of his life he's kept the whiskey to himself. He's now not going to do that anymore. and save the town.
Thank you.
She goes to see him, says, hey, I'm going to be in the UK. Maybe we can make this thing work. And he seems to think like that's an okay idea. They kiss, the castle stands, and that, my friends, was as luck would have it.
We did it.
That's exactly right, everybody. As luck would have it.
Rumor has it.
Rumor has it. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about this movie even more. Do we have any more Melissa McCarthy segments?
I don't know. Trace is getting back to me. She's still in the works.
She's still in the works.
She's still in the works.
Interesting. I don't know what that means, but I'm excited for it. We'll be right back here on Take the Homework. Hey, do you guys remember headphones?
Oh, boy, man. I remember
So good.
headphones.
When I say headphones, what do you think of?
Plugging them on into the Walkman.
Oh, this wire. Get out of here.
Get it out.
What if I told you don't need the wires
Dude,
to
here's the
use
thing.
quality headphones?
I'm in for some quality headphones that are wireless, like some Buds. They're just so expensive, like $150.
Dan, you're not hip on the times
Clearly.
because I've been telling you about Raycon and you keep ignoring me. Ignore me no more, my friend, because I want to tell you about Raycon wireless earbuds. They have no cord for you to mess up on, and if you think that's going to affect the quality, you'd be wrong, because they produce quality earbuds that are wireless at a fantastic price. And here's the really good news, everybody. Raycon is offering you 15% off their already amazingly priced products by going to buyraycon.com/deck. You're going to get 15% off your entire Raycon order. That means you can buy a pair for your office, for your home, whatever you want, multiple pairs, 50% off the entire cart by going to buyraycon.com/deck. That is buyraycon.com/deck. Don't get wrapped up in the cords. Get wrapped up in the good deal. That's good.
Wrapped up in Raycon would have been perfect.
Son of a gun, that's good. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Take the Homework. We're talking about As Luck Would Have It.
Everybody says like Melissa McCarthy is like this comedic genius, but like if you look at the critics and what they say of her movies, they always are like, this isn't the best use of McCarthy's talents, and the movie's bad. Like I Spy is pretty good, I guess, or Spy, I think, or I think it's
I saw
That was funny.
Yeah, but like she's like a 1 to 4, 1 good, 3 bad.
I think in the right role. I mean, I think she's really funny as Suki.
But that's the thing
you?
is everybody does the same bit. She makes a bad movie every year, and they go, it just wasn't the right role for McCarthy.
Because I
Maybe
think-
she's just making bad
because
movies.
We've seen her, I think, do really well. Like in
The problem with her, though, is that she now thinks that she's too good to be
That's
Suki.
right. That's right.
And so I can
Yes.
come to set for one day of the reboot, and I'll do all my scenes at once.
I
but
agree.
it's like it seems like it's a big hassle. Like you're
Right.
nothing without Suki.
But if
That's
she's
true.
made 10 movies since Bridesmaids, well, like maybe 1 or 2 are worth anything.
She's great in Bridesmaids.
Yeah, she's not the
great.
star, though. She's like the tertiary fun character. That's what she should be. Instead, she gets these leading roles.
I'm not sure
and
she
she's
can
not
carry a role
good.
that long. I agree. I don't know. She was good in Spy.
Yeah, there it is. There's the one.
Let's have a Thunder Force party.
Oh my god!
I think is what we're getting at.
No. I'm with you,
Guys, let's talk about
Netflix
As...
party for the Patreon.
Oh, I love
that
that.
would be fun.
No, not for the patron. For the,
For
Bramble Jam Plus.
The
Good
Patreon's no more.
night.
BrambleJamPlus.com.
R.I.P. patron.
Pour some out.
They're still thriving, I think, as a company.
Patreon's doing just fine
They
without
just
us.
had like another very large round of funding, but we don't need them.
We're
Hey,
welcome to Entrepreneur Chat with Brian.
that's right. Hey guys, as luck would have it, we have 4 four
How many
segments to
times?
break
Over
this
under
movie.
2 more.
I don't know, but we'll see. We have 4 segments. We're going to start with the hot take. We're going to share exactly how we felt about this movie. I'm going to start with my good friend Panda. Panda, you have a look in your eye.
I do.
Tell me about that look.
Oh, I'll be glad to. Listen, the imagery in this movie, the landscape, everything, it's beautiful.
The imagery.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's stunning. And they capture an aesthetic within this film that is great. And I love that. However, I'm not huge on this movie. It was pretty slow. It was pretty boring. And the problem is, I'm not entirely sure because, like, in theory, it should work. Like, everything they have there should work. And yet, I wasn't really that invested in it. I thought it was beautiful to look at. I thought it was fun at points to watch, but the castle plot just drags on and on. And I just
didn't like a castle.
no, I love the castle. I don't know why I didn't care more about them saving the castle. I think because there's a degree where it's just stupid. Like, of course you keep the castle. You could go ahead and use it.
It's over 700 years old, Panda. It's older than our nation.
Yeah, of course you keep it. Like, go ahead and figure out a way to merge it with the hotel. Like, any hotel guy would be salivating over this. Like, of course I can renovate this, and it would be a huge draw. Like, who wouldn't? Like, it's dumb. Like, I don't know. I don't know why I wasn't more into it, guys. It's fine. It's a fine movie. It's just, it was a little slow for me. It has some really incredibly memorable scenes. The dance scenes when they're all doing the Irish dancing and stuff. It's fun to watch. The lighting, beautiful scenery, great walks. Loved it. It's just overall, that's fine.
Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying. I think what the problem here is that I really like Lindsay and Brennan. I think that they were working for this movie. The thing that was working against this movie is how insane it is that someone wants to tear down a castle. It is a crazy plot point, and I couldn't quite get over that hurdle of she's there to tear down a castle.
Not like a new castle.
No.
Not like something that's been built in the last 100 years. Yeah, that's right. It's a 700-year-old castle. What if, like in France, they're like, oh, the Bastille? Screw it. What if they did that? And the Bastille's the 1700s, okay? This is this is before Columbus sailed the ocean blue, people. This is not, you don't just tear it down for a hotel. Get out of here.
It was quite the plot point to get over. And while I did love Lindsay and Brennan together, I love everything that you said. The scenery is beautiful. The dance scenes, love them.
They're great together.
Them together. When you can hear them, it's great. But that plot point was quite the hurdle. I don't think they cleared it, but overall I did enjoy it, especially when they were together. But it's just they kept going back to this castle, and
it takes you out. It just takes you out.
It's a massive plot point.
Who's tearing down a friggin' castle?
Yeah, it's just unreal. You said it. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. First scene of the movie, you're like, they're going to tear down the castle. I'm like, they're going to do what? And then they go into the history of the castle. I'm like, what is happening right now? There's no world. Can you imagine if somebody said, let's tear down Biltmore? And Biltmore's like 100, not even 150 years old.
It just defies.
But also, like this is a wait what for me. But the guy at the beginning of the movie, when he was talking about it, he was like, "We can buy this land. They can buy the land and not tear down the castle."
That's right.
The guy's point is that if I build a resort here, there's going to be this eyesore of a castle, and no one thinks that
700-year-old castle in the way.
Do you know how much they could charge for the castle view rooms?
Tours? Yeah.
Like, I'll take a room facing the castle, please.
Yeah.
The guy buys hotels for a living. Set it up in Dublin in this place. You just do both.
Yeah.
Do both.
I don't,
what is the issue here? It's so stupid.
I think the writer of this movie just underestimates how awesome castles are.
Yeah.
like
does every town in Ireland have a castle? Yeah.
Phone a friend, pull the room. Hey, castles are dope.
Over under. Oh, we're good. Yeah. Tear them down. Nobody needs a castle.
Who is advocating for the tearing down of any castle?
It's just ridiculous.
Dan?
This movie's utter garbage, and here's why. It's because it has Ireland in the background, which is amazing. It has two great leads that we've not seen much of, and it squanders all that with the three basic plot points of this movie are all gigantic wait whats. One, 700-year-old castle. We're going to tear it down to build a new Ramada or whatever. We've already talked about that one. Stupid. Second of all, the lead actor makes whiskey that could save the town. It could save it's the most selfish. Nobody's asking him to brand it with Coca-Cola. He makes the best whiskey. People travel from all over the country to try it. He refuses to sell it to save the town, to make more of it to save the town. And then thirdly, tourists from all over the world come to Kilabi, and I want to make sure I check my notes on this to get it right, to do chores. That is what happens in this movie. They consistently get put to work bartending, washing dishes, cleaning castles that they want to tear down. The movie is patently absurd as a plot. And that's unfortunate because the two leads are great. The scenery is beautiful. You can't hear anything in this movie. The ADR is awful. The waterfall is loud. The rain is loud. The tavern is loud. The dance and music is loud. The voices are not loud.
You sound so old.
I am.
The tavern's loud. Can't hear what I'm talking about.
I put my HD hearers in. I got them on the 1-800, and they didn't help a dang bit. Tom Bosley told me I'd hear gooder. Listen, it's bad. They did all the hard stuff they got right. The easy stuff just couldn't do it. Couldn't make it a movie that made the slightest bit of sense, and that's unfortunate. So it's bad. It's a bad movie.
And what if they tore this castle down at the end?
Oh man, I
was kind
probably
of sure
be back in
at the very end.
Like if they had the
3 months
gall.
later, she comes back and she's like, "Oh no, wrecking ball's coming on in."
Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous.
Oh boy. It's time for all the feels part of the show. We talk about what in this movie gave us feels. Panda.
How about the Irish pub? That place is great.
O'Brien's?
Yeah, O'Brien's is fun.
Poppin'.
But I think my favorite scene I mentioned before, it's when they're all doing the dance for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's lit up with those
You
lights in
don't
the
want
background.
to call it
It's
an
beautiful.
Irish jig in case it isn't one. That's what's
I don't.
happening
Yeah.
here.
Well, to be fair, I don't know if it is or isn't.
But it's been here.
It has
and
been
it's
right
almost
on
come
the
out, and
tip
you're
of
like,
my
I
tongue.
don't want to do it.
It's a great dance.
Danny's
it's a great
adopted.
dance. You know what? I'm going to say it. Okay. That's a great Irish jig.
Man, racist.
Gosh, the emails are
Can't
flocking
believe
in
you did
already.
it. Can't believe you did it.
How do I follow that?
I don't know. Try.
The scenery is really good in this movie. There are a couple of journeys that they take. The one in particular where she's they go on the bus ride there and they get out and they look out and she's like, there must be some sort of lore about this place. It's a beautiful place. I've always wanted to go to Ireland. This movie did not hinder that desire one bit. Just amazing. And so every time they were just out and about, I was just like, boy, forget about it. I mean, even her driving into town, I'm just bring it.
And that you would think that would be a no-brainer, that like a movie on location is going to make you want to go there. But Pearl in Paradise did not make me want to go to Fiji.
That's true.
It was just a resort. I can do that anywhere. This movie did make me want to go to Ireland. 100% agree with that.
Yeah. Dan?
The Almost Kiss is the best Almost Kiss I've seen in a long time. They're this beautiful, like, they got this picnic, they got the waterfall, and they're about to kiss. And the one guy who's on the bus, we all know that guy, who keeps talking even though no one wants him to talk and no one asked him to talk, interrupts with talk about rocks, sedimentary and igneous rocks. It worked. It worked for me. I thought it was funny. It just worked. That was my scene that worked for me.
I love it. I love a good almost kiss. We don't get them a lot anymore.
No, we don't, which is a weird thing to say.
It's a shame. It is. I said it.
Okay.
I said it. Bigger shame. Lack of almost kisses or Tammy?
Tammy's one of the biggest shames of all time.
Lack of almost kisses.
Yeah. We're going to take one more quick break. We'll be back with the Wait, What's in the What, the Hallmarks here on Deck the Hallmark.
You know what? I am in for a Tammy-a-thon. You've convinced me,
It's
Graham.
Thunder Force. We never talked about a Tammy-a-thon.
No,
we
no,
never
no.
said
I
it.
think
We
I'm
never
in for a
mentioned it. That's
Tammy-a-thon. No.
What is a Tammy-a-thon? We watch it over and over.
Yeah,
Thunder Force is sandwiched in between two Tammys.
Yeah.
So we go Tammy, Thunder Force, Tammy.
It's a Tammy Sam.
A
It's a Tammy Sammy.
Well, I would say if we ever did that, God help us, but also that one of those movies would come out looking way better than it deserves, and I don't know which one.
I think you do it.
I feel like as many bad movies as we watch, we owe it to the Bramble Jam Plus to do a Thunder Force watch-a-thon. Yeah. I think we owe it to them.
Thunder Force. Whoa. It's time for Wait What. It's part of the show we talk about what in this movie made us go wait what. And I will start with somebody who doesn't have a lick of a wait what in his life. Everything makes sense.
Falls in place every day,
right.
all times.
Panda, go ahead.
Connor, the cab driver. at the very beginning of when she's in Ireland. He is driving and she says, "Wait, slow down, Connor. Here it is." Because he's about to pass. And I just want to point it out. The castle.
The castle.
How the heck are you the taxi cab driver
missed it.
and missed the turn for the castle?
Those Irish cabbies, they drive and they just have one thing on their mind: road safety.
The only thing I could
That's it.
figure with Con is that she gave him, told him to go to to the place that she was staying, and she didn't know she was going to pass the castle on the way in. So when she passed it, she was
She
like,
did
"Hey,
stop
stop!"
at the castle first.
She did stop at the castle first, but
So maybe the instruction,
Yeah.
maybe it was not instructed to him, bring me to the
But
castle.
this was the thing. She says, "Wait, slow down, Connor. Here it is," as if she's already established.
Yeah, but maybe it's like here it is. Like maybe yes, I understand.
No, it's weird.
Yes,
It's weird that the cabbie wouldn't know where to
He's
go.
just like, whoa. Came up on me.
Those castles are tricky.
Tricky. Okay, so she's leaving, and this could actually be a what the Hallmark, but she's leaving for the council meeting. She leaves for the council meeting for the very first time.
First one, yeah.
She's going in one direction. Our man Brennan is going in the opposite direction, right? He's going in the opposite direction, and he brings her like a cookie or a biscuit or something like that,
Yeah.
hands it to her. He goes, "You're going to be in for a long day."
Yeah.
She shows up to the council meeting, walks in.
Yeah.
He's already
He's
there.
already there seated. Yeah. Yeah.
What's happening? I don't know what's
Doesn't make any
happening there.
sense.
I don't know how he
Unless
got there.
she's lost and he didn't help
possible.
her. And then he didn't help her.
That's possible.
He would just keep going the wrong way. That's why you're in for a long day. You're going the wrong direction.
Yeah. Grant, who's the guy who talks all the time.
Yeah.
I have a question about what this sentence actually means. So she's walking. They're in that beautiful place where they're walking right. I think they're either heading towards the waterfall or it's after she saw her grandmother's place that got torn down.
Sure.
She says, "Do you think Grant would give me a discount on one of those window boxes?" And he goes on to say, he says, "I'm pretty sure he would give you plenty of things for free."
I guess.
I don't like
What
advice.
he's
or-
saying that he has a crush on her, so he would be willing to just say, "Hey, you can have one of these window boxes free because I like you."
But does Grant have a crush? Or did we establish that Grant had a crush on her?
Well, he comes in. There's plenty of seats in the bus, and he goes, "Hey, is this seat taken?" And then he does his that's Grant being suave. I understood it as
Okay.
Grant clearly has taken a liking to her.
Okay. I don't know. Grant never seemed to me. Grant seemed like he was all over the place. Like
Well,
he was
Grant
talking to
found another
everybody.
girl, and then the dynamic changed.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
I
it?
don't know. Yeah, that's all I got.
This is just a little thing, but I did find it fascinating that we finally get a location movie in Ireland, and I understand that a big part of the plot
Finally,
here.
we've had one before.
Yes, but
It's been a while.
It's been a while. We get this Irish movie, and I understand that a big part of this movie is we got this big singles gathering all around the world. People come, but I did find it interesting that we get this movie in Ireland, but they cast 3 girls that have lots of line in this movie who are Australian.
That's right.
And I would feel like I want all of the Irish.
Yeah.
I want all the Irish.
Yep.
Give me Australia another time.
Yeah.
I think
To go all the way to Ireland and
it was a global.
Yes.
an international okay.
I was just surprised.
It is shocking.
I was
agree.
just surprised how much Australian I got in an Irish.
You got a lot of
I got a
Australian,
lot, and I'm not upset about it. I love the Australian accent. I didn't see it coming, I think is what I'm trying to say. It did make me go, wait, what? He says
That's the name of this segment.
Brennan is talking to her or is talking to somebody, and he says, Have you not seen the way she looks at you when you're not looking?
What? Wait a minute.
Have
Wait a
have
I'm gonna need that
you
diagram.
not seen the way she looks at you when you're not looking?
The answer is no.
The answer is no.
I have not.
Because I'm
Yes, I
not
have
looking.
not.
I am not looking. It is just thrown in there that my guy, I don't remember what his name is, but we know his name in real life, and it's
Nigel.
Oh,
Not-
not how dare you with Nigel? Not Niall Buggy.
Niall Buggy.
Niall Buggy.
Niall Buggy.
The old bald guy in
The
charge
old
of the
bald
council.
guy. Yes, that's exactly
Niall
right.
Buggy.
He has done over 3,700 weddings.
3,754 weddings to be exact, Brand.
That is so many weddings.
How many weddings is it, you ask? I can tell you, if he did one a week, he would have done over 72. What is it? No. 72 years worth of weddings. If he did one a week, he's been marrying people for 72 years, and that's without taking a week off.
That's so many weddings.
That's a lot of weddings.
I mean, so even if he was doing it, it's almost 10 years straight, like without taking a day off.
Oh, yeah.
Who's done more weddings, him or
Melissa McCarthy?
What's her name that we interviewed during the Super Bowl show?
Oh, Pam.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
Nancy?
go Pam or Nancy because she gets the bulk. She gets bulk wedding.
It is important to know she did not marry anybody.
She is.
It was just vow renewal.
She's a wedding robot. All she does is marry off people.
And guys, listen, I understand they're trying to make a big hubbubaloo to show the guy that the castle's cool. But if your town's going under, it does seem wasteful to spend money on fireworks. It does not seem like a wise use of finances to spend them on fireworks.
At the best case scenario for those fireworks are great but unnecessary.
Yeah.
That's the best case.
Yes.
Like, can you imagine if he was leaving Big Boss Man Jeffries and he's like, it's a no from... Oh, wow. You know what? Scrap the no.
I didn't.
It's a yes.
I didn't see the point in castles before,
But now that you
but
shot
now that I have fireworks
over the top of them,
I see they have use.
and then if it's a yes and he sees me, he's like, well, those are beautiful.
This seems.
Oh, no.
I was already on. It just seemed like a waste of money to me.
Yeah.
Dan?
Speaking of those three Australian ladies, one of them gives this line, we're from Australia, but we usually get mistaken for New Zealanders.
Yeah.
What? Okay, look, I understand that we're a long way from there, but here in the States, if you talk like you're about to put a shrimp on the Barbie, you're mistaken. No one's like,
Oh, New Zealand.
you're a New Zealander, aren't you? That's what you are. You're a Kiwi. No, everybody's like, it's Australian. And somebody's like, actually New Zealand. And we're like, yeah, whatever. like it's like Lord of the Rings happened here. Everything else is Australian.
Yep.
No one is the flip. Are you mean to tell me in Europe, it's like they think everybody's New Zealander unless someone clarifies that they're on the continent of Australia? No.
What?
Why not just flip those?
Where in New Zealand are you from? Well, I'm from Australia.
Melbourne, mate. Okay.
Get out of here!
No way.
Get out of here!
You're New Zealander.
Fool me once. This would not happen again.
I, for the life of me, cannot make sense of that line at all. They're walking. We're Australian, but we usually get mistaken as New Zealanders. What? They're walking on this beautiful bridge that overlooks just the thing you saw in all the trailers. And they're walking and they're close by. And then this guy, Brennan, points back at some tourists and predicts that this guy's going to raise his arm to take a selfie. And then she's like, wow, that's awesome. All right. You know, it's not exactly rocket science. The guy has a selfie stick in his hand already extended here. To predict that he's going to use the selfie stick does not take a local. Like, anyone could do that, right? It doesn't make any sense why he would have to do that. Her boss calls and he says, I'm coming to Dublin. And she says, Dublin, Ireland?
Maybe Dublin, Ohio?
No, Dublin, Ohio, clearly. He's calling her in Ireland to let her know he's going to make a stop in Ohio. That's what he's doing.
He likes to check in.
I'm coming to Dublin. Nope, the Dublin airport, named after Bill Dublin. I just figured I'd let you know. All right, we'll see you. Hope things are well. Like, you can't do that. You can't just say that and then be like,
say Dale Dublin?
Bill Dublin.
Oh, Bill.
Not Dale Dublin.
Sorry.
No, we would never talk about Dale. We'd never talk about Dale. We wouldn't do it. She's the lead girl in this movie is telling people what all to do around the castle to get it ready. And she says that you need to provide some visual frosting. And look, if someone who is Irish in Ireland said that line, I'd have just let it go. because I don't know what the colloquialisms are in Ireland. But here in the United States, I have never, ever heard anyone say we need to provide the visual frosting under any
I
circumstances.
like the term though, don't you? Because I think that's a good phrase. I mean, think about it. A bald cupcake. You don't want that. You put a little bit of cream on top, the icing.
Now it's visual frosting.
Well, it makes it bumps
You
it
went
up.
with a very literal usage of
is
visual
the worst,
frosting.
the worst possible use to defend yourself I've ever heard.
visual frosting.
Do you think
but-
that they, in this context, are just talking about frosting? Like literal frosting?
I think that when you're thinking about visual frosting, you're
Who's gonna-
imagining the cake.
Who's going to add the
And the
auditory
cupcake.
frosting?
It's the frosting that makes the
So
bit.
just say the frosting. You don't say visual frosting. You just say we're going to make it look good on the outside.
I think, but the frosting drives it.
And you
home,
were like, but
doesn't it?
you just want a cupcake. That's what this boils down to.
I think that. I see what you're saying now.
Yeah. I do actually. I get that they couldn't change any landmarks in Ireland, but the sign for O'Brien's pub, guys, we could have done that here at Bramble Jam Studios for you if you needed that. I don't know if you've seen our When Calls the Heart commercial or our CCB film, but the O'Brien sign we could have done and saved you some money. If that's what you're going with, that thing I think was moving at some point. It's bad, but bad. You have no excuse there, Hallmark. You flew everybody to Ireland. Just make a believable sign. I mean, that's the least we could do. That's all I got.
Wow. It's time for What the Hallmark. It's part of the show. We wonder what could have been. Maybe having some clarity to the questions we still have. Panda?
The three non-New Zealanders.
Right. Could have sworn they were New Zealanders.
They were from New Zealand. They say at one point, as we learned in Vegas, anything's possible. I have to know. I mean,
They actually-
I know
that-
that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but you learned that anything is possible.
They actually went to a motivational speaker in Vegas.
Really?
And he taught them that. Yeah, Tony Robbins. They were there to gamble.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
There you have it.
If I had known that answers everything. I just have to know what's going on there.
I mean, I do. I'm all around fascinated by the castle. It's not being torn down. What comes of it? Because it's now still just there, just sucking up money.
Yeah. What is a restoration? So basically, she keeps the job, the company she's working for, she still works for them.
Yes.
But it's in a restoration division.
Yes.
What does that do? Are they restoring the castle to make it a hotel?
She's not doing anything with the castle. She's working. She's going to be in the UK.
Okay.
She's doing
he sold the whiskey to save the town.
Sure.
She's
But why is she restoring the castle?
Nobody is restoring the castle.
No one's restoring the castle. She's restoring other castles.
She is in the UK.
In England.
She has been sent to the UK for a project, and they're going to go back and forth.
But she's there with the blueprint, and she says, "This is a load-bearing wall. We've got to figure out." She says
She
that
is
at the
restoring
very end.
the castle.
She's restoring the castle.
But is she just doing that in her spare time?
I think she says that some other people are going to. This is one of her projects.
But why?
But also, she's not an architect nor a structural engineer. She works for a hotel chain.
Her saying that she was going to be in the UK
She had other.
is what threw me for a loop there. And also the the guy makes it sound like he doesn't even want to be in restoration because it's a waste of. It would be a waste of. He says it would be a waste of money to do anything with this castle.
Yeah.
Who's financing? Who's
This
doing
went
this?
off the rails when they started the movie by saying we want to tear down the castle to put up a Best Western.
The more I'm thinking about it, the more I think maybe you should tear it down. No one wants it. It's sucking up money. Fireworks you're spending all your money on fireworks.
Yeah.
No one wants to sell whiskey in Ireland. I mean, I don't know what to
There's
tell
no
you.
market for whiskey in Ireland.
She had a blueprint and everything,
Yeah, she's holding like.
but she's going to be in the UK.
She said she had a lot of projects. She's going to be back and forth.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't understand. But why would her company even have a restoration if they're tearing down? Like his game plan is just to tear down the castle.
Well,
if you have a restoration division, why is that
Her
necessary?
friend in the middle of the movie, her friend has that one line that says we're looking into or we're about to start a restoration division. So they don't have one yet, but it's very clear they use that line so she has something to do after this is all
because
over.
they can't figure out.
No, it's bad.
Tear down the castle, put up a parking lot.
Why not?
Tear down the castle and put up a parking
What are you
lot.
singing? Bop, bop. That's much better. The first one you did, and this is a recreation of it. Ba-da-ba-ba.
Yeah, I
That'd be a remix.
So
Dubstep
wait,
King's
you're
on it.
remixing the remix that I did.
Dubstep King, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Dan?
Yeah, we need to talk a little bit more about whiskey. How long has Brennan been like making whiskey? Because he still has some of his first batch left. Why does his whiskey look like a nice glass of Chardonnay? I get whiskey can be all different types of colors. I'm not here to tell you that I'm a sommelier of whiskey. I am here to tell you that if you pour it and it looks like a Pinot Gris, you may not have let it sit in what he said were wooden casks for at least 8 years. If you sit a whiskey in a wooden cask for an 8-year minimum, it's not going to pour out like an Arnold Palmer. It's not going to do it. And so I just need to know. I want to know if his whiskey's actually any good. People are coming all around for it. There's got lots of questions about it.
People in the Bramble Jam Plus group are saying that she took a different job and that they are going to restore the castle.
But it's not with that company.
That's what they're saying.
She says, I'm going to quit, but then the restoration thing, she never does quit.
Yeah, the first time I thought she quit the job and joined a new company, but when I
said,
rewatched
"I
it
think
to
I'm
tell
gonna
it,
quit."
it seems like she was
She
still
did
part of
not.
the same company.
Yeah. Why would they say the
I
thing
don't
about a
know.
restoration division?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. And that's how we should end it, really, because none of us know anything.
As luck would have it, that is in fact the end of the episode.
I think what we're trying to say here is if you get rid of the castle bit in this movie, yeah,
And the whiskey bit.
whatever. Whiskey's great. You get a winner in Ireland.
Yeah,
The castle was a distraction.
which is a shame because the castle should never be a distraction.
Well, yeah, if it is, you got to tear it down. That's what I learned.
Yeah.
Guys,
beautiful,
we
Brandon.
did it. Congratulations. Man, we've had a handful of people that have been joining Bramble Jam Plus over the past week or so, and I think the reason is they've heard Panda's Deep Dive.
That's right.
They've heard the Double Decker of the week, and they said, I got to get on that horn.
Yeah.
You've got to get on that horn.
Horn. Like, hey, Panda. Panda interviews him sometimes.
Okay,
He
now
gets on
see,
the
that's
horn.
the part I didn't know.
Yeah.
So Panda does a deep dive. Sometimes that's all done online. Sometimes that's interviewing the people.
And to get
Sometimes-
one of these, you just got to be at the Deck the Hallmark Plus tier? Is
Yes,
that
I
what
believe
understand?
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lisa Beck.
Yeah.
Lisa Beck.
Do you guys remember when you had the Windows PC and you'd open up Windows Music Player and they had the Beck music preloaded
Yeah.
on there
Yep.
No.
with the visualizer and all?
It was really cool.
Yeah.
That's how you knew you were in the next generation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Beck. Come on, Beck's in here.
Stop. Yeah. Lisa's great. We connected over AOL IM. It was great.
So not what's AOL IM?
Oh, it's AOL American Online
IM.
Instant Messenger.
Okay. AIM. That's what you connected over.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you do.
Yeah.
I saw that they don't do
They're
that
opening
anymore.
it back up for beta testing.
They're opening back up
Instant
the AOL
Messenger.
Instant Messenger.
Yeah. They're just testing to see if it's still working.
Okay.
And so we were able to connect through there. It was great.
Is it still working?
What is your AIM handle?
The Last Anthem.
The Last Anthem. Was that really yours?
Yeah, it really was.
Wow.
It was my emo phase.
Yeah, that
stand-up.
is heck. Yeah, that is a lot of emo there.
Yeah, it
you
was
gotta
heavy.
feel proud of that.
I am.
Back when you had hair.
I was proud of it, though. I was definitely proud. Me and Lisa, I said, Lisa, what's good? And she told me, she said, just finished up teaching.
All right, Stuart Scott, calm down here.
I said, she just said, I finished up a long day of teaching. I said, oh, you're a teacher? She says, I'm an expert in ancient Greece. And so I thought that was fascinating.
Does she do anything with that knowledge?
I mean, she teaches others. She's great at it.
So she just teaches ancient Greece.
Yeah. About it, yeah.
Anything else you have?
No,
about
I mean,
her?
I feel like ancient Greece speaks for itself.
Okay.
It's fascinating. I mean, I would love to sit in one of her lessons. She's riveting.
Okay.
It's great.
We have audio.
Absolutely.
We do?
We have a clip. All right, Trace, cue that clip.
The thing that's so great about ancient Greece is you can still go visit it like it's there.
All right, we did. We did, everybody. As luck
Is
would
this one
have
of
it.
these rare ones that doesn't have a pun in it?
It doesn't have anything?
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a pun there, guys. I don't know.
Merry Christmas. Deck the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast recorded live in, that Greenville, South Carolina. It's produced by Brandon Gray. Set decor by Plum Haywood Mall. For more information on all Bramble Jam podcasts, you can go to bramblejampodcast.com. For more information on how to listen to Deck the Hallmark ad-free, you can go to bramblejamplus.com.